Ethereum. So, institutional buying is taking place in a big way for Ethereum right now. And look, we're in a bull cycle. Bitcoin is going to be going to new highs soon enough. And Ethereum will too. I'm sure of that. I want to take a look at what Ethereum can hit this bull cycle. Now, before I get into any of it, if you're new here, the spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were all coins I expected were going to do very well and make a lot of money, which is obviously why I bought them. You can see what they were all worth when I recorded my videos. You can see the highs these cryptos hit around about 16 months on, and you can see what your profits would have been if you'd have popped $100 into these coins. If you'd have done it for every single one in that bull cycle, you'd made over 123 grand. Now, you don't have, 16 months to get things sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now, and if you're sitting on cryptos you're not confident in, get onto copymycrypto.com and have a read through the site. This is the site that I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. Whenever I find a crypto that I think is going to make a lot of money, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to buy and the price I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell a coin, I tell my members the coin I'm selling and the price I'm selling at. So my members get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me, so they make the same profit without any work at all. If you go onto my site, you can see some of the profits that my members have made. You can also see some of their testimonials about the service they get at Copy My Crypto, as well as some of the successes we've had. Whether it was a meme coin the members got in on, did a quick flip, did a 300x in a couple of weeks. Whether it is Phantom that in the last bull cycle did nearly 700x and made millionaires. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify it all on the history of this channel. And if after reading through the site, verifying it all, you want to hear more, whether it's the daily updates where I tell my members where the market's going to be going that day, or whether it is simply that you want to know what the winners are going to be this bull cycle, all you have to do to find out is join up on the site. Now, Ethereum. So, obviously, Ethereum is one of the older cryptos. It's been around for a very long time. It was the first ever smart contract platform, and that first mover advantage played a significant role in Ethereum managing to maintain its position as the second largest crypto. When Ethereum came out, there were no smart contract platforms other than ETH, and we started seeing that because the throughput is pretty piss poor on Ethereum, Layer 2s were required, and we've seen huge scaling of Ethereum with so many Layer 2s now around. When Ethereum launched, the team managed to raise 18.3 million in Bitcoin, and Ethereum's price in the initial token offering was 31.1 cents. So imagine the returns on that. It's actually quite incredible. I mean, you can work it out. It just takes a little bit of maths. So the Ethereum Foundation launched the blockchain in the summer of 2015 under the prototype codenamed Frontier. Since then, there's been tons of network updates, whether it was Constantinople, Istanbul, Muir Glacier, Berlin, or the most recent one, the London hard fork. And they then obviously had the Ethereum merge. So in 2022, Ethereum renamed its transition from proof of work to proof of stake from Ethereum 2.0 to the merge. The merge went live in September of 2022. After the merge of the testnet successfully completed on August 11th. So since then, that implements a few critical changes, not least of which is, of course, it merged the existing proof of work Ethereum mainnet with the Beacon chain, which is a proof of stake chain. Together, the two chains form the new proof of stake Ethereum. So we did see, obviously, a lot of miners that were originally mining Ethereum have had to move on and mine other things. But the transition basically reduced Ethereum's annual energy consumption by 99.9%. Reduction was prompted investors to expect an influx of institutional money in a greener Ethereum, and we have seen institutional money. I don't think it was as impactful as they'd hoped in terms of institutional money, but we are now seeing institutional money far more. We've recently seen Ethereum get past $2,700. and that is off the back of an ETF buying spree. So BlackRock and Grayscale, as always, the main players. And this was off the back of large net inflows into ETF products. So since mid-June, significant institutional accumulation has pushed Ethereum's price higher. BlackRock and Grayscale and others have acquired over $500 million in Ethereum through ETF products. Furthermore, BlackRock alone amassed over 124,000 Ethereum. So the Ethereum market currently registers its highest price in a month, with improved sentiment. Institutional funds amounting to over $4.5 billion have been pouring into US-listed spot Ethereum ETFs, reshaping the supply landscape. And obviously, as the more that you've got big holders, the less Ethereum that is knocking about, the more buying pressure there is. Yeah. So historical trends suggest that such institutional buying sprees often precede strong price increases in crypto, and you can verify like what we're seeing in that regard at the moment. So again, a really strong step. Obviously, these ETFs have caused this buying surge, but don't forget, we are still in a bull cycle right now. Bitcoin's trying to go to new highs at the moment, and the reality is that we are a few months away from ETFs being confirmed for most likely XRP, Solana, and Litecoin. That is going to create another wave of buying, specifically for those coins, but also for the wider market. And Bitcoin, yes, will rise once again, and I think Ethereum will be one of those that rises. The reality is Ethereum has the largest network in all of crypto by a country mile. It isn't even close, and whilst there are far more scalable, better, frankly, blockchains than Ethereum, Ethereum is the second biggest. Ethereum is now really a store of value. Let's be honest. It can't. Yes, a lot of activity happens on Ethereum, but most people want to keep Ethereum. Most people want to hold Ethereum long term because it's a store of value. And don't forget that supply dwindles now because there's a burn mechanisms in place for Ethereum. I am firmly of the belief Ethereum will hit $1 trillion market cap this year. To do that, it has to hit about $8,000 per coin. I think there is a very, 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 very real possibility Ethereum can hit 5 figures finally, which would basically double its previous high. Its previous high was around $4,900. So yeah, I think there is a world that this can get to 10,000. I think we are now going to see, especially as we see BlackRock accumulating and Grayscale accumulating, and we will see companies accumulating and other big institutions accumulating. I think 5 figures is inevitable, guys. It's a long-term play as well. It's not just going to have a good year. It's a long-term play because it's going to be, second biggest for the next 20 years. And everyone talks about the flippening potentially. Like that narrative seems to have stopped now, but there is always a possibility of that. I don't think it will ever happen personally, but it depends. It depends on how Ethereum's changes in the eye of the investor. But let's see. Where do people think Ethereum is going to land this year? Does anyone think it's going to not break its previous high? Does anyone think it's going to only tickle $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000? Does anyone think it's going to hit 20? Where do you stand on it? Let me know in the comments. And guys, we are in a bull cycle, and if you've got cryptos you're not confident in, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a read through the site. On there you will see some of the profits my members have made. You will see some of their testimonials on the service they get at CopyMyCrypto. You will see some of my past successes, whether it is Phantom, which my members got in on it, and it did a nearly 700x in the last bull cycle. Whether it is a meme coin that was a quick flip and the members got in and out of in a couple of weeks and it did 300x. It's all public record. It's all on the history of this channel. On the site, I share with my members every single coin I own. Whenever I find a crypto that I think is going to make a ton of cash, I jump onto my site. I tell my members about the crypto that I found that I'm going to buy and the price I'm going to buy it at. Whenever I sell one of the coins I own, I tell my members the coin I'm selling and the price I'm selling at. So there's no work for my members that get in and out of coins at the same price as me, so they make the same profit. If you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners this year, all you have to do to find out is join up on the site, guys. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.